12th standard, lesson number 1.3, the cop and the anthem. Cop means the police and anthem means the prayer. It is the freedom and confinement. This lesson is written by O. Henry. O. Henry is his pen name. His full name is William Sidney Porter, an American writer. He was a great reader since his childhood. He started a humorous weekly, The Rolling Stone. He was a reporter and cartoonist. The story, The Cap and the Anthem, is one of the O. Henry's well-known story. In this story, the main character is a Soapy. He is a vagabond, a person with have no jobs, there is no homes to live, and he was a criminal background. He makes different plans to re-enter the prison as he has no shelter to protect himself from the severe winter. The story ends in an unexpected way. O. Henry has depicted the Soapy's futile, useless attempt to get arrested in a very humorous way. The Cop and Anthem is about the freedom and prison. Soapy feels that there is a freedom in the prison. The notes of the anthem transformed him within, and he decided to work hard. Soapy faces irony of the fate as the moment he realizes the real freedom lies in a virtuous life, he is taken into confinement. Soapy tried because he was lonely, there is no home. He lived in the bark bench, and therefore his main aim to enter the jail, he will be protected in this jail, and therefore he tried 3 ways to get to jail. The first attempt is made. He go to the luxurious hotel, and he decided to very costly orders, but when he tried to enter the luxurious cave, at that time the head waiter's eyes fall on this eyes of this Soapy, and then they saw the tattered trousers, old and torn out his pant, and decadent shoes, old and worn out shoes. Then the strong hand of this head waiter turned toward the Soapy, and he turned away on the road. This is the first attempt. He was failed his aim to go to the jail. And second attempt, there was one electric light shop, and there is one window, and that window some plates and wares very cleverly put, and there was some displayed various type of light on this. At that time, Soapy dashed thrown toward the glass window, and it is broken. And the police came towards the noisy sound of the corner. At that time, Soapy was standing very cleverly, pushing his hands in the pockets. And this is the effort also failed to go to the jail. Then third effort he has made. There is another very simple hotel where there is no crowd of people came there to eat the meat, and Soapy entered one very small, not interesting hotel. There is no crowded people where the people can get a lot of meat to feed their to appetite, and then they can take it in a very little money. There is a crockery, plates and dishes were very simple, and atmosphere were also simple. There is no crowd in the hotels. The soup and the napkins and the tablecloth were also simple, and it's very thin. In this place, Sophie came very easily. There is no opposed to him because very simple hotel. And he started eating some beef sticks, the thick slice of the beef. Then flapjacks and dog nuts. This is kind of the cakes he had started eating. Then pie, food items. Then he told the waiter they has no money. The money, and he had strangers. At that time, the waiters came and he pulled out of the hotel. This is the third item he has made, and he was failed. Now see the lessons, the content. The cop and anthem. The cop and anthem. The cop means the police, and anthem is the kind of prayer was given. Sophie left his bench. Sophie was sitting on the bench and strode up the square. Now he walked slowly, relaxed way, and he came up the square and crossed the level sea of Alphard. Alphard means the kind of road which is mixed with the black sticky substance and gravels and small stones of the stones, and therefore this is the level sea means the road where the Broadway and Fifth Avenue flow together. So he came the road where the two roads are crossings. Up Broadway he turned. So he turned toward the Broadway which is upwards. And he stopped the very luxurious cave. He stopped at a very luxurious, that is a very comfortable, very rich, expensive cave. Sophie had confidence. Sophie has a lot of confidence because in himself from the lowest button of his waist upward. Sophie has now a lot of confidence in himself because in himself from the lowest button of his waist upwards, because he has wear the coat is very clean and tidy, and therefore is very much confident that he can easily enter the hotel, the cave. He was shaven, his beard was cleanly shaven, and his coat was trim and tidy and neat. The coat he has wear very clean, tidy and neat. Black bow had been presented to him by the lady missionary. The black bow was presented him by the lady missionary on the day of Thanksgiving Day. Means the 4th Thursday of the November marked as a religious day, and that day this lady missionary has given this Sophie one black bow, and the black bow has wear on this beautiful coat, and therefore his confidence become bigger. If he could reach a table in the restaurant unsuspected, if the Sophie entered this cave without any success, without any suspect, then success would be his. This is confidence. If only he could reach the table in the restaurant unsuspected, he could reach the table. If success would be his. If you reach the table without any suspect, then Sophie will definitely get success to his aim. The portion of him would show above the table would raise no doubt. When Sophie was sitting, there is no doubt in the waiter's mind about the table. The portion of the hue that would show above the table would raise no doubt in the waiter's mind. But all the portion of the table, there is no doubt about the waiter's mind, because he has wear the coat above the table, very clean and tidy, and therefore this head waiter or waiter do not have doubt about this Sophie. And here he want to order some different things. he likes. That one is a roasted malad duck. He want to order to the hotel the roasted malad duck is fried wild duck. He want to eat. Then he thought the soapy would be about the thing that bottle of the wines. He want to drink some wines and he want to order it. And a cup of coffee. He also want a cup of coffee and one cigar. And he want to drink one cigar. $1 for the cigar will be enough. $1 for the cigar will be enough for it. The total will not be so high. The total will not go so high that the cab management will throw away him. The total would be not so high that to call forth. The total should be no higher that they call someone, extreme of revenge, the strongest action. The amount should be so high, not so high that all they take the strongest action on him. From the cab management, the amount should be not so high that the cab management should take some strong action. But yet it would be leave him filled. And so he will be happy because he eat the meal and his stomach will be full and will be happy to the journey of the winter island. When he filled the meat, he will fill meat very happily and he will be very happy to go to the journey, the winter island. Winter island is the prison. He want to go happily when eat the more in the hotel and we go straight to the winter island, that is the prison. He was very eager to go to the prison. But as the soapy had put inside the restaurant, but when Soapy entered the restaurant door, the head waiters are fell on. But when the Soapy came inside the hotel at that time, the head waiter fell on him. The head waiter saw him. His tattered trousers. The head waiter saw that the Soapy has wear tattered trousers, means very old and worn out trouser pant he has wear, and decadent, means old and worn out shoes. He was wear decadent, means worn out shoes. Strong hair ready to turn toward the Soapy. The strong hands of this head waiter turned toward the Soapy and turned him about him and conveyed him and carried him in the silence. The head waiter carried towards and conveyed him in a silence and very hurry to the sidewalk. The head waiter took towards and carried in the silence, very hurriedly pushed forward on the sidewalk and avoided the ignoble, dishonorable fate, luck of the menace, threat of the malad. This way, the avoided the dishonorable fate of this threat of the malad, wild duck. Now Soapy turns Broadway. Now Soapy turned toward the large road. It seemed that this route was so coveted. Soapy turned toward the Broadway, but this route was very difficult to go in. Coveted is greatly desired. It seemed that the route was coveted, greatly desired. Island was not to be easy one. To go into this island is very difficult to go. Some other way to entering the limbo must be devised. And therefore, some other way they have to find the way to go to this place. At the corner of the 6th Avenue, at the corner of the 6th lane, electric lights and cunningly displayed. At the side of the 6th Avenue, 6th lane, there was one electric light shop. And cunningly displayed, it is very cleverly put the various materials and the plate glass made shop window attractive. They have made cunningly displayed the wares. They have very cleverly put the materials on the plate glass made shop window very attractive. Therefore, the shop window made very attractive because the various light was thrown on this plate. Soapy took a stone and dashed it through the glass. Now Soapy take a stone and dashed through the plate glass. People kept running and cornered the police. People kept running round the corner of the police. All the people came toward the corner and the police was the first in the lead. Soapy stood still. She was very still, calm and quiet. His hands in the pockets. He kept his hands in the pockets and he was smiling. And was smiled at the side of brass button. He was silently stand at the place and he was put his hand in the pocket and looking smilingly on the police officer. Side was means the police. Then the police asked where the man that had done that. Inquired the officer agitatedly. The police officer very angrily in a troubled way asked where is the man that dashed the window. Asked the police. Very troubled way in a nervous manner. Then Sophie said, don't you think that I might have had something to do with? Then Sophie said that I don't think that I have dashed the throne on these plates. Said the Sophie. With a friendly wife, Sophie said with a friendly wife that I might be have dashed this throne on these plates. Sophie said very silently. With a friendly wife, as one with good fortunes, as anyone meets with good fortunes, good lucks. The policeman refused to accept the Sophie's even as a clue. But the policeman not accept as a proof as a Sophie. Man who smashed windows, the man who smashed through the window glass would not remain to the charge with the police. The man who smashed the window will not charge the police. This is the main reason. The policeman neglected him. They take to their heels. The man who smashed the window, cracked the window, will not charge easily with the police. They will run away with the heads. The policeman saw a half man one down the block running. The policeman saw on the one square, the man was running. Policeman saw and to catch a cab, the policeman was running towards to catch the car. The down club to join the pursuit. With the down club, he joined the pursuit. He was going towards the joint club. Sophie, with disgust, Sophie was now very unhappy, unpleasant. In her, his heart was broken because he was going towards his twice unsuccess. He is going towards different carried along but twice unsuccessful. He was 2 times get unsuccess. On the opposite side, there is very simple hotel. On the opposite side, there was very simple hotel. On the opposite side of the street was a restaurant of no great pretensions. In the opposite side of the road, there is one hotel, but not rich. It's a very simple hotel. Pretension, very simple hotel, not big one. It catered to long appetites. This hotel provided a large amount of the desires of the people, provided a lot of meal for them. It catered to long appetites. It provided a strong desires of the people and modest purses in a little money. They provide a lot of meals to the people with a very little money. Its crockery, plates and dishes and atmosphere very simple. Its crockery, plates and dishes very simple and atmosphere very simple. There is no crowding. There is no crowd in the hotel. Its soup and napkin, tablecloth and napkins are very simple, very thin. Into this place Sophie withdrew, and this place Soapy came easily. There is no any approach to Soapy. He came easily in the hotel without a challenge. At a table he sat and consumed a biscuit. He stopped at the table and he started eating the beef stick, the thick stick of the beef. He started eating flapjacks and donuts, kind of the cakes. Pie is a kind of food items, and then told the waiter the fact. Now then he told the waiter the fact, the reality. Then Manus coin and himself were very strangers, because the coins I am strangers, because I have no money at all. Now get busy, call on cough, said Soapy. Soapy ordered the hotel waiters, now call the cough, call the police, and don't keep gentlemen waiting. Don't keep us like a gentleman for a long time to wait. Then the waiter said, there is no cough for you. There is no need of cough for you, said the waiter. With a voice like butter cakes. Now he gets angry. He like butter cakes voice. And I like a cherry. I like a red cherry because of the angry. In a marathon cocktail, like a Dixie cocktail. And he called some waiters. Neatly upon his left ear, the collars hard. Neatly upon his left ear, there was hard, very hard. And throw him on a payment by the two waiters. He arose. Soapy, get up. Joint by joint. It is very not easy to get up very easily. He take joint by joint and dusted his clothes, because he is thrown on the road. Therefore his clothes were dusted. Arrest him now illegible dreams, because arresting was a difficult dream for the Soapy. The island seemed very far away. So perceived the island, that is the prison, is going away from him. It is very difficult to go to the island. This is the a policeman who stood before the drugstore. One policeman was stand for the drugstore. One policeman was stand in front of the medical store. Was 2 doors away. Was 2 shops away. Laughed and walked down the street. These are laughing and walked on the streets by seeing the situation of this Soapy. Soapy was seized. Soapy was very much frightened. Hold off. Soapy was frightened with a sudden fear. She was frightened. He was seized with. He was afraid. Fear with a sudden fear. There are some fearful enchantment, magic have rendered, made him to protect his arrest. Some enchantment has made him not enter the jail. He was in a state of panic. He was in the state of panic. He was very much panic, misery, because his dream was going to the prison, was going away from him. Therefore, when he understands that it is very difficult to go to the jail, he feels very nervous, very unhappy. He was in a state of panic, and when he came upon another policeman, and there came another policeman, loud and grandly. He was standing very grandly in front of the glittering theatre. The policeman came and standing very grandly, and he stand in front of the theatre. At that time, Soapy understand my dream was going to the island, that is the prison, was very difficult, and therefore Soapy started behaving very bad manners. He was started making noise so that police can catch him and hold in the prison. He caught and the immediate stopped the disorderly orders. When he understand that then his aim is not achieved to get the jail, and then he started behaving disorderly conduct, so that police can catch him and arrest him and he go to jail. On the sidewalk, Soapy began to yell On the sidewalk, Sophie started his aim to go to jail. He was starting wailing, crowding loudly. On the sidewalk, Sophie began to yell. On the side of the road, Sophie started crying loudly so that police can come in and take him to the jail. On the side of the walk, he yelled drunken, like a drunken man started yelling, crowding. The gilbish, meaningful speech he started. Talk with harsh voice, talk very harsh voice. He danced. He also danced on the roads. Howled in a loud sound. And otherwise disturbed the skies. He disturbed all the atmosphere around him by his loud voice. The policeman nearly twirled. Now policeman turned to his club. Turned his back to Sophie. Policeman turned his back to Sophie and marked to the citizens, and he said to the citizens about this Sophie. It is one of them yelled at celebration the goose eggs. The police said it is one of the good college students and they are celebrating the college days of the Harvard College, and they make a noise but no harm. They do not make harm. We are given instruction about this. Don't make the noise. Deconsolate. Very unhappy. So he was very unhappy because his aim was to go to jail, but he was not achieved, and therefore he was very unhappy because not he was achieving the aim to go to jail. So therefore he was disconsolate, very unhappy. Sophie stopped his unwilling rocket. Now Sophie stopped all his useless noise, confusion. Would never the policeman lay hand on him. The policeman never lay hand on him. He understand. The policeman not beat him. In the fancy, in the imagination, the island seemed to be unattainable. In the imagination, he understand the island, that the prison was not attainable for him. He go away. The Arcadia, the mountain district, like a paradise. This Arcadia is a paradise for this Sophie, you can make him protect. He buttoned his coat against the chill wind. Chill wind was flowing on this atmosphere, and the button is open, and he buttoned up his coat to protect the chill atmosphere. In a cigar store, Sophie saw one cigar store. In a cigar store, he saw a well-dressed man lighting a cigar. In one of the cigar store, he saw one of the man well-dressed lighting cigar. At the swinging light, he was lighting his cigar with a swinging light. He set his cheap umbrella by the door of the entry. He keep his umbrella near the door entry. Sophie stepped inside, and then Sophie inside. Sophie stepped inside. Sophie came inside and grabbed. He took the umbrella and sauntered, walked very easily. Sauntered with slowly. He slowly walked out from this home. The man had the cigar. Light followed hastily. When the Sophie took down this umbrella, at that time, the man at the cigar was followed hastily, very hurriedly toward the Sophie. My umbrella, he said sternly. The man came inside the Sophie, said, "This is my umbrella." He said severely, strongly. Oh, it is? Oh, is it? It is your umbrella. Sneer. Sophie gave a mocking smile. Adding insulting petty or larceny, something adding insult or tribal theft of the personal property. Well, why don't you call the policeman? If I taken your umbrella, then why you call the policeman? I took it, your umbrella. I took it your umbrella, then why do not call the policeman for it? Why don't you call the cop? Why don't you call the policeman? There stands one of the corner, there is one policeman standing on the corner. Call them. Call them here. The umbrella owner showed his steps. The umbrella owner was slowly walking. Sophie did likewise. The umbrella owner was slowly walking, and Sophie also started a slow motion walking. With the premonition, with the strong feelings, with the premonition, the luck would again run against him. With a strong feeling that his luck would go against him. So we also think that it's a strong feeling that the luck would go against him. The policeman eyed at the two curiously. At that time, the policeman eagerly looking at this man. Of course, said the umbrella man. Of course, said the umbrella man. Will you know how this mistake occurred if it is your umbrella? You do not know how the mistake occurred, said the umbrella man. I hope you will excuse me. It is your umbrella. I do not know how it came to me. If it is your, please excuse me. I picked it up and in this morning, he said, umbrella man, I picked it, I taken from the morning in the restaurant. Has taken from the morning in the restaurant. If you recognize, if you understand, it is yours. Why hope you can take it, your umbrella. Of course, said Sophie, it is my umbrella. Of course, it is mine, said Sophie, savagely, violently. This umbrella, the old owner of this umbrella, man retreated. He go back. The old umbrella owner was go back. The policeman hurried. The policeman hurried, going towards us to assist someone on the roads. One tall blonde, a person with a pale and yellow color, in an opera clock across the street. One blonde in an opera clock, opera square, on the street from streetcar that was approaching to block away. The one police go to save the one man, and the blonde was standing to block away. Sophie walked eastward. Now Sophie started walking toward the eastward to the street damaged. The street was repairing. She was going to the eastward and the road was repairing. Improvement was done. He heard Sophie throw the umbrella and angrily into an excavation in the ditch. Sophie took the umbrella and he angrily threw this umbrella into ditch excavation, and he muttered. He speak in a low voice against the men who wear the helmet, and he was calling the people who wear the helmet and they carry clubs, who want to save themselves, because he wanted to fall into their clutches, because he wanted to the clutches of this police, and should can arrest him. They seem to regard it, feel these people regard him, give him respect, him as a king. The people around him, the policemen and other men, regard him, give him respect as a king who could not do nothing, he could not do wrong things. At length, Sophie reached one of the avenues. At the length, so it was reached one of the avenues up one of the road to the east, where the glitter and turmoil. About some distance, Sophie reached of the avenue of the road of the lane to east, where she heard some glitter, confusion, the sound and turmoil was but quiet. After some time it was quiet. And he dragged himself toward the Madison Square. Now he go toward the Madison Square for homing instinct, for his instinct, his desire to go toward the home, toward survive. Even when the home is a park bench, even then the home was the park bench because he lived in the park, one park, and his home was bench, and therefore he was very much desired, ambition to reach to the his home, which is a park bench, and park bench is a home, and he was go towards him. But an unusually quiet corner. Thank you.